Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for joining, Deborah. Great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
The founder of myrow, and I want to start this out with a quote. So you had just launched a product at CES, and EngageNet reviewed the product. I want to read this, Matthew, and what this senior editor from EngageNet stated, Daniel Cooper, in his opening article of myrow. I was at CES 2024 in a Las Vegas ballroom with a carpet so static that I was getting an instant electric shock every few minutes. That I finally saw one of my longest held dreams come true. You see, I own a Concept 2 rowing machine, hands down the best rowing machine on the market, but the company had always refused to build a display that doesn't look like it comes from the 1980s. And then he stumbled upon Gary's product and his dreams came true. You have, and we know, being in the industry, there are thousands of loyal Concept 2 rowers. If they just won't give it up, the machine doesn't die. It is the benchmark of it. So Gary, you've innovated, you've created a new product. Why don't you tell us about what myrow is?
Sure, and I'll just say, as kind of background, my inspiration for myrow was exactly what Dan Cooper said in that article, which was that I was rowing on the Concept 2 in my home gym during the pandemic, and I have a connected fitness bike as well, and that was a lot of fun, really enjoyable, and engaging, and I'd go back to my rowing machine staring at this little 4" by 4" monitor, and it's boring. And so I was like wondering, why is there nothing like the connected fitness bike, for the rowing machine? And I looked at various apps, and there was nothing that really gave you the full kind of integrated experience. And so I said, there's really a need for people like me. I assume there were many others who wanted a better experience with the Concept 2. I love my Concept 2 machine. I did not want to give it up. I didn't want to have to go out. I found it kind of insulting that I have to go out and buy a connected fitness rower when I had the best rower on the market right in front of me. So I, embarked on a journey to develop this product, myrow, which is a 22-inch tablet, which connects into the Concept 2 rowing machine.
Oh, you're using a Concept 2 as your rower?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a self-install. It takes about 20 minutes to install, even less, and it plugs into the PM5, which is the little monitor that comes with the Concept 2. We get all the data. We use it as a sensor. We get all the data off of that, display it in a beautiful way. We have a lot of.
How do you connect the screen to it?
We supply the mounting arm, and it's just 2 screws, 2 holes that are already existing in the Concept 2. We just take those 2 screws out, give you 2 new screws, and attach it, and the tablet snaps in, slots in. And as I said, 22-inch tablet. We have got a great slate of coaches for all the video workouts, but we have a feature-rich tablet, which is a lot more than just the video workouts. If you want to create your own workouts, if you want to do group rows, there are preset workouts. There's something called Concept 2 Workout of the Day, which a lot of Concept 2 owners love. And we preload that every day, so they don't have to program the PM5. Create your own workouts. If you want to do interval workouts, you can do those. People like to set up their own workouts, and they can share them with friends. You can do group rows with friends from either the video workouts, the preset workouts, or create your own workouts. So we have a lot of features, a lot of performance analytics.
Is it designed for consumer or commercial or both?
Well, it's both. I would say that the largest installed base of Concept 2s is for the home market. So that's really our initial target audience. But we're clearly, I think there's a market in the gyms that have Concept 2s, and a lot of people walk into a gym and they see a Concept 2, they really don't know how to use it. They get on a machine, their form is bad. Following a coach is great because you really start mimicking the form. So we think there's a place in the gyms who really want to make better use of their cardiovascular equipment, and specifically the Concept 2 rower. And I think it'll be appealing to gyms who want to get that experience for their customers, for their clients.
Is it a partnership with Concept?
Concept 2 really doesn't partner with anybody. They're very supportive. They're a great company. They offer a lot of technical support, but they kind of play it neutral to all the app developers that come along. So they've given us great support, but I wouldn't call it a partnership. I would call it a supportive relationship.
So, being here at CES, I know you were hands down with the booth and launching of the new product. Have you had a chance to walk around? Have you seen anything else at CES that you found interesting?
God, I've been so locked in, like I'm a prisoner to my booth. So I haven't had a chance to walk around too much, but I mean, there's some very cool technology. One, actually, there's an AI technology specifically that we think can be used for form analysis for our product. And so we made a connection there. So I think there are some interesting, there's also another one I met with that does hand control with, like you can, with hand motion, control the screen as opposed to having to tap the screen, touch screen. So a couple there, but there's a lot more to see, which I haven't been able to.
But that's what CES is about, and that's kind of why companies like you come here, because you stumble upon things, you see things and you see trends. Now, you also had a lot of traffic. I mean, I tried walking by the booth, I had to come back a couple of times. You had a lot of traffic there. People come to CES to see technology, but from just listening in, I could hear people saying, hey, I have a concept too. How can I make this smart? Has that been most of what this event has been like for you?
It really has been, yeah, Mo. I mean, we've had a lot of people come by and say, oh, I've got a concept too. I'm just like the Engadget article, and who said it was kind of his dream come true. We've had a lot of people come by and say, oh, I've got a concept too. What is this? This is great. You know, I'd love to have this on my machine. So we've gotten a lot of people who know the concept too or have it at home, and we're pretty excited about the product.
What's your background then? Are you a developer, or are you just a passionate rower?
You know, passionate rower. I've never done anything in the fitness industry before. My business experience has been all B2B. I had a telecom company before this that I had founded, and really this came out of really being passionate about my concept too and rowing. I row in the water now as well, but I'm not an experienced rower by any means, but I've used the concept too for a long time. So it was really just out of a desire to really kind of upgrade the experience in the concept too. So I took this journey into the fitness industry, and first time learning a lot, having a lot of fun with it.
Did you have to raise much money to get it to market?
I'm self-funding it so far, so it's just bootstrapped, my own money.
Right. Do you think you're going to have to raise some money to get it to where you want to get it from a sales perspective?
I want to be really cautious about that. You know, I don't want to take money for the sake of taking money. If it makes sense for a particular opportunity to scale, and we can be smart about it, I would say the answer is yes. But I'd rather, you know, grow smartly and grow slowly than be forced to grow by some other investor. So I think for the time being, I'll continue to self-fund it, and when the time is right, we'll see if there's an opportunity that makes sense to take money.
How are you going to get the product out to market? Because it's certainly, there's a lot of connected fitness products now. There's a lot of connected fitness product graveyards as well from different ideas. How are you going to sort of cut through the noise and get your product out to the masses? Because that must be a big expense.
Yeah, it is a big expense, and it's a good question, and I'm really honestly have not completely figured it out yet. I mean, clearly my target market is the installed base of Concept 2 users, right? People who already have a Concept 2, and how can I get to them most efficiently, most economically? You know, paid advertising is really expensive, so we're trying to do a lot of organic, trying to get the word out. You know, coming to shows like this, getting PR, building a community of enthusiastic. And that kind of speaks to your earlier point, right? Building a community of enthusiastic ambassadors, so to speak, of users who will then spread the word, so we can do it more organically than having to spend heavily on ad. So customer acquisition costs is really a big question, and I got to keep it low to really make it the business sustainable. And we haven't figured it all out yet, but it's the big question we got to keep working on.
Mo, you obviously know Peloton and their business model. And if you kind of think of what they've done, they were sort of a hardware company with some software, and it seems over time they've rethought their model and where their value is, and it's almost like now they're a software and content company trying to sort of back on the hardware. Like, do you see sort of this model where it's partnering up with a company that's already figured out the hardware to be sort of, from a business model opportunity, a bit more interesting than what Peloton did and learned?
Yeah, I think it's smart. It's lower risk, obviously. I mean, you're going on what is really the gold standard of rowers, and you're enhancing that experience, right? So I think when you look at what Peloton and others have done, even Climber, they didn't go on a Versa Climber, they reinvented climbing and made it digital and put a screen on it and did the content. And when you have a limited budget, even though those companies have raised a lot of money, you know, when you have like a spin bike like Peloton, why not go to a Stages or a Schwinn, someone that's been there and done that for a long time, product that people already own? I think because they try to really control the entire experience, and they try to say, but we want to control the end-to-end experience, from the unboxing to ordering to support and all of those things. But I think customers have gotten smarter. I think customers, customers like doing things also themselves. They like having optionality, and they don't, if they want to say, hey, look, I've got a Schwinn bike, I really love my Schwinn bike, how can I make it connected? Companies are going in that direction. So for example, 2 weeks ago, Peloton announced that their mobile app actually now is going to connect with other treadmills. So in our hotel, Matthew, I did a Peloton treadmill run 2 mornings ago, and I connected it to, I think it was a Woodway treadmill using FTMS. So now I'm using Woodway, which is actually like the Concept 2 of treadmills. Fantastic product with the Peloton app, and now I have the experience that I want. And I think that's really what you're trying to do with your product as well.
Yeah, that's right.
And on the content side, that certainly something that Peloton have done a great job at is continuing to have great trainers and great quality of content. How are you guys thinking about that in terms of, is that a key differentiator from some of the other rowing things out there, or not?
Well, no, I think so. I mean, we're really trying to be, careful in our coach selection and vetting them and getting coaches who can really give a great experience to the user at home. And it takes a little training. And Peloton has done a fantastic job about that. So they're a great model to kind of look at for coaches that are doing virtual classes. We're doing all on-demand classes, by the way. We're not doing live classes for the time being. But we found some great coaches, and we're continuing to find more. And so I think that is a differentiator. But it's also, ours is more about, I think, the other content as well as the coach classes, the non-coach classes, the performance metrics, all the analytics that we can do, the data that we display. It's a little bit more for the heavy kind of rowing user. But in my mind, we're not kind of heavy on the gamification. So a lot of there are other rowers that are, rowing machines that are. We're really more about the coaching. And so we have to have great coaches, I think, to really stand out.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Good luck with the product. I'm going to come down there. I've not seen it, because that Eureka Hall is crazy with hundreds of different ideas.
Yeah, I'd love have you to come down and check it out, Matthew, and try the machine out. Thanks so much. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks so much,
for having
Gary.
me.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
bro. Thanks for having me. Take care.